Am I overreacting? My wife is way more affectionate after coming back from a bachelorette party. So I, 34 male, have been with my wife, 34 female, for 10 years. She has never been an affectionate person, and I'm the opposite. I'm very tactile. I love hugging, kissing, cuddling, holding hands, touching her curves. I'm deeply attracted to her, and I've done my best to cope with minimal reciprocation. It's been an issue for the both of us, nothing deal breaking. We're just different kinds of people, and we've accepted that. We still love each other. A month ago, she was gone for a few days at a friend's bachelorette party out of state. I stayed with the kiddo at home. We talked each night before she went to bed. No worries. I've got my insecurities having been in a prior relationship with a habitual cheater, but she's never done anything that gives me a reason not to trust her. Everything's good. We pick her up from the airport, and she goes on about how listening to the other participants of the party complain about their husbands. She feels lucky to have me, and it makes her appreciate me more. I'm over the moon. It's incredible to hear her say nice things about me to my face. I'm ecstatic. It feels great. Over the next few days, we have incredible sex, like maybe never before. She runs her hands through my hair as she walks past me in the house. She runs her hands over my body. She's never acted this way. I'm over here just getting washed away in love, but at the same time, I'm curious. My insecurities get the best of me, and I check her phone while she sleeps one night. Several hours before she flew back home, she received a message in a group chat with one other partygoer, the bride to be, and my wife. They had a separate chat with the entire party. The message was one of those text on image meme things, whatever they're called. It said, "Married people with kids and careers find time to have affairs. Don't let a single person tell you they're too busy for you." My wife responded with a skull emoji, nothing else in the thread. So now I'm a little worried something happened. Am I being gaslit and love bombed after an affair? Did she actually alter her perspective during her trip and is making a concerted effort to show appreciation? Am I overreacting? Now, for some comments, Mary Berry Honey said, "When my sister had an affair with her ex, I became extremely close to my husband and very cuddly and clingy. It's like knowing my sister was cheating. It could happen to me type of panic. I feel like one of the girls is cheating. Everyone knows. It became a joke. And your partner became conscious that maybe they were giving you an opportunity, or if that woman X who is cheating can cheat and have a perfect relationship, that you could do the same. Honestly, you might be two people afraid of being cheated on by each other right now, and maybe you should bond over that instead of letting it divide you." Now, before the update, please give my video a like and comment below on how you feel about this story. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It's something you can do to help this channel grow, and it costs nothing to help. And now for the update. I wasn't expecting so many comments the first time around. It was a good reminder of what a petri dish humans on the internet are. After going through everything, the majority of comments supported that my wife, 34F, was being truthful with me, 34M. And like I said, I've never had a reason not to trust her. I appreciate everyone who had level headed takes. It helped me remember how wonderful of a person my wife is and provided impetus for me to make the conscious decision to shut out my insecurities and truly trust her. It was entertaining to see the few trolls give their 2 cents, and a couple of bizarre DMs really spiced things up. We have had a couple heart to heart conversations since my first post, and at this point, we're in the best place, maybe ever, of our relationship. Our communication has never been so transparent, honest, and empathetic. I brought up the meme, the group chat, etc. And because my wife is so comfortable and understanding, she wasn't upset. She didn't take offense because I was able to communicate that it stemmed from my own insecurities. Nothing she did. She explained that during the trip, the other woman, let's call her Ashley, in the smaller group chat, not the engaged, sent the meme after talking crap all weekend long about how she freaks around on her husband, she doesn't respect him, etc. My wife said Ashley was essentially fishing for validation of her crappy behavior from the other women at the bachelorette party the whole time they were there. At one point, Ashley stayed at the Airbnb by herself while everyone else went out to have fun. Later on, Ashley posted on social media as if she was at this particular venue with the rest of the party that was discussed and deemed suspicious by the other ladies. I should also clarify, my wife only knew the bride to be at this party. She did not know Ashley or anybody else until she met them on the trip. I say that because a few commented on the last post that even if it were someone else that cheated to everyone's knowledge at the party, it would be highly suspect for my wife to condone this behavior and be friends with this person. But Ashley is a stranger. Neither of us even know her husband. My wife's engaged friend doesn't even live in our state. Anyways, I've been completely open and honest with my wife since the last post. Well, except for the Reddit posts. We're doing incredibly well. I'm basking in all the wonderful affection I dreamed of for years. I'm just hoping this will last a long, long time. I'm glad I didn't do anything more stupid when I was overreacting. OP added more info. She only knew the bride prior to the trip. She knew nobody else there, and my wife avoids conflict at all costs. She said she responded with the skull because it was awkward, and she didn't know what to say. Someone asked the OP, "Then why are you posting about it on the internet?" OP replied, "Well, the update was for positivity. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have posted the first one. Ultimately, I wanted to know if I was overreacting due to my own insecurities. Insecurity can damage trust, but they really come from different places. My insecurities are rooted in the actions of another person, not my wife. So I'm not saying it's easy or that I 100% don't have this insecurity anymore, but once I separated my wife from my insecurities, everything made a lot more sense. So what do you think about this story? I'd love to know. Am I the a-hole for agreeing to an open relationship, then sleeping with someone else? Hi, Reddit. So my girlfriend, 24, and I, 23. Male have been going through a very rough time lately, and it all boiled over in the past few days. We have been together for 3 years. Things were going well. For the most part, we got along and would rarely fight. Even when we did, we would often both cool down and talk it out not long after. However, about 2 weeks ago, my girlfriend approached me and asked if I wanted to open our relationship. I was immediately shocked, and I almost thought she was joking at first. She said that she really loves me and wants to be with me, but before we get more serious, she wants to get more experience. She was my first everything, and she has been with two other guys. I shot down the idea and told her I wasn't comfortable with it. She kept badgering me about it, but eventually relented when she realized I wasn't budging, and that seemed like the end of it. However, a few days later, she came to me again and asked me more aggressively about it, and was insinuating that we might have to take a break if we can't just try opening our relationship for a few months, considering it was basically we take a break or I just give her this. I relented and said we could open up the relationship. 2 days later, last Friday, I got home from work and saw she was dressed up, and I asked what for. She said that she was going out to the bar with her friends and she wouldn't be back until tomorrow. I immediately recognized what this meant and asked if she would rather spend the night in with me, but she said she really wanted to do this. Eventually, she left, and I was left sitting alone, watching TV, getting inebriated. I got sad, so I called one of my close friends, 23 female, and was telling her about the situation. After we talked for a while, I asked her if she wanted to come over and drink because I was feeling like crap being alone. After she got there and we hung out for a bit drinking and discussing the open relationship and how upset I was, my friend suggested that if my girlfriend was essentially cheating on me, I might as well enjoy the perks of an open relationship too. I'm sure you could see what happened there, and I won't get into details, but it made me feel a lot better. Flash forward to the next morning, and I wake up to my girlfriend freaking out, asking me what the hell my friend and I were doing in our bed. I told her what happened, and she got mad. She told me that she didn't even do anything last night and ended up crashing at her friend's house. She now wants to close our relationship back off and make me prove my loyalty for cheating on her. We never discussed any rules or anything like that, so I really don't see how I did anything wrong. So, am I the asshole for participating in the open relationship that my girlfriend suggested? Now, for some comments. Individual Fox like said, not the a hole. She pressured you into agreeing to something you didn't want, didn't set any rules, and showed a complete disregard for your feelings. You did nothing wrong. You were open, and you had no rules about telling each other anything because you had no rules at all. In the future, though, don't agree to something you don't want. Breaking up when she wouldn't stop pressuring you was the right move and would have saved you some of the coming mess. Post Sector said, while I consider what OP did to be fair game, I agree that the wiser move would have been to immediately break up with her when she dropped the ultimatum. Roe Air said, I think this was the ultimate move. He basically showed her what it really meant to be in an open relationship. She didn't like it, but still, he needs to end the relationship. Now, what do you think about this situation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this story, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And now for the update. Hi, Reddit. It's been a while, and a lot has happened since I last posted. A ton of people were inquiring about how the whole situation played out and asking me for an update. It's been an incredibly hectic month for me, but things have started to settle down, and I'm ready to update. So, for starters, my girlfriend and I ended up officially breaking up a few days after my initial post. It was not a pretty scene. She kept calling me a cheater and telling me what a piece of crap I was for cheating on her. I took this for a few days while I tried to figure out what to do, but eventually I snapped back at her one day. I should have tried to keep my cool, but I told her she is genuinely the stupidest person I've ever met in my life for thinking an open relationship would work out, and it's her fault everything blew up. I told her I played by her rules, and it's not my fault I found someone to hook up with faster than she could. She told me she didn't want to cheat on me. She wanted to explore, and I should have understood. We went in circles arguing for a bit, but I eventually told her to get out of my apartment. I pay rent, and my name is on the lease. And I had to threaten to call the cops before she realized I was serious. She, of course, then broke down crying, saying she had nowhere to go, and told me she loved me and wanted to make things work. I held firm and told her to leave. After she was out, I immediately felt better and realized that relationship was terrible for me. The next day, I called up my friend, who I slept with in the original post, and asked if she wanted to come over and drink and game. She said yes, and of course, given what happened last time, we ended up hooking up again. My ex ended up coming by the next day to pick up the rest of her stuff. And boy, let me tell you, she was not happy to see my friend. She didn't start anything, but I could tell. By the way she was acting, she was seething. My friend and I ended up talking more and more after that until I eventually officially asked her out, and she said yes. We have been together for the past month, and to say this is a healthier, better relationship would be an understatement. I have been friends with her for a long time, and I think we've both always sort of had a thing for each other, but never really acted on it until we were basically handed that perfect opportunity by my ex. We have a lot more in common, and we are a lot better at communicating with each other. And so far, this whole relationship has been amazing. Thank you all for the advice on the previous post. I really appreciate it. And now for more comments. Mutual Butt Squeezin' said, LOL. She didn't want to cheat. She wanted to explore. Impressive mental gymnastics. Mother Search 3350 said, she wanted to go out and hook up with other men as you sat at home pining for her and wondering why you are inadequate. She wanted to explore. What did she think you would be doing in the meantime? Washing her drawers and cooking her meals? She effed around and found out. You dodged a bullet, definitely not the a-hole. Grim Trim X said, not the a-hole still. She wanted to explore. She didn't expect you to do it at all. She was planning to bang a few guys and then say she wants to close the relationship before you did anything. She didn't expect you to hook up first. But if you had this female friend while dating your ex, she might have also suspected you guys had feelings for one another. So in her mind, she thought of it as cheating since you weren't just sleeping with random women like maybe your ex planned to do. The fact that it was someone she presumably knew and that she already might have felt that you and your new GF had feelings for one another, that she tried to backpedal. But your ex opened the relationship so you didn't cheat at all. Well, it seems like an open relationship shouldn't have ever been put on the menu if she really didn't want it. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you enjoy them, please let me know. Have a great day, everyone.